welcome to my channel. My name is Zaina Mohammed, and today we're going to talk about entropy. Entropy is a scientific concept in physics which states that things that are not maintained over time will gravitate towards chaos, disorganization. And this law applies to life beautifully. Because if we don't maintain things in our lives, slowly and gradually they will become chaotic. For example, if you don't tend to your room, over time it becomes disorganized. It requires effort from your end to maintain your room, otherwise it will gravitate towards chaos. Now that we understand the definition of entropy and where it came from, I want to talk about two ways entropy applies in our lives. And most people only talk about it from one perspective, but today I want to talk about the second perspective. But first, let me tell you what the two ways are. Number one is passive entropy or uninvited entropy. And this is similar to the room example where things just become chaotic and decay if you don't tend to them. For example, having a health crisis after neglecting your body, having a relationship problem because there's no effort and investing time in the relationship. So this type of entropy, it happens to you because you are not putting effort into the things that require effort in life, which is everything. This is the only form that people talk about when they refer to entropy. And it's actually preventable and avoidable. And I will discuss it further in the next video. The topic for today's video is the second type of entropy, which is active entropy, invited entropy, where you intentionally disrupt the order in your life to build something greater. For example, changing your regular workout and lifting weights and training, where you're tearing up your muscles, where you're so fatigued for the purpose of building stronger muscles. Starting a business is another example, where you intentionally create chaos in your routine, uncertainty in your income, for the purpose of growth and building a business that not only pays you, but also creates an impact in the world. Another example of this type of entropy is entering therapy, where you explore emotions and old stories, breaking down the shield that you have created around those stories for the purpose of building a healthier self-image. So basically, this type of entropy is when you intentionally walk into chaos for the purpose of creating some sort of transformation better than you were before. But to do that requires you to actively create disorder so that you can get better and reach the transformation that you're seeking. Not many people consider it entropy in this regard, but it's a must. Because this is the paradox of life. If you don't participate in actively creating entropy in your life, breaking your routines, breaking the orders in your life, to create something better, it will decay. Which refers to the first type of entropy, passive entropy, where life forces you and disrupts the order in your life, versus you deciding. A perfect example I already shared when it comes to health. A health crisis happening to you is a passive entropy because you haven't maintained yourself. What happens to the things that are not taken care of? They decay. They gravitate towards disorganization, and so is your health. Your health and everything on this life are affected by the laws of physics because you are still within this time and space, this place called Earth. But when you are in active entropy, you are the one who's intentionally creating the disorder. It does not necessarily mean you are having health crisis. You're intentionally deciding to lift weights, to tear up your muscles so that you can be stronger, more fit, more healthier version of you. So both are real, and one degenerates and one transforms. And you know what? We can put to use both of them. But in this video, I'm only going to focus on active entropy, the type of entropy you invite into your life when you interrupt your routines so that you can cause transformation. So let's get into it. Number one is having the intention to invite entropy into your life. Like the examples I gave earlier about active entropy, whether it's building your muscles, whether it's leaving your 9 to 5 and starting a business, right? And once you have that intention and take the effort to create that transformation, right away you will meet with difficulty. things will be hard at first. And it doesn't matter what type of change you're trying to create, what type of transformation you're trying to create. It's just part of the process of change. You will be met with that difficulty. And people throughout history called it different, but the one that I resonate with the most is the valley of despair. This is the change curve where it's like this, and then you're at the bottom at the valley of despair. This is when you realize the thing that you wanted to do is actually more complex, harder than you thought. And your confidence crashes. And the doubts start creeping in. And you're experiencing a lot of negative emotions during this stage. And this is the stage where most people do give up. Just for them to come back again. To want to create this transformation in their life a year later, 2 years later. But if you listen to the next steps, I will tell you exactly how to walk yourself through this part. The most difficult part, and it's not easy, but it's part of the transformation process. Number one, when you find yourself in this valley of despair, what you need to do is find something that energizes you. And that's my next step. You gotta find some sort of inspiration, something that gives you energy, that excites you, that makes you feel like you're having fun, so that you're filled with energy, excited and giddy about this. And having that energy will help you push through when you're at the bottom of that change curve. And if you don't know what the valley of despair is, it's really important to look it up so that you get an idea of what I'm talking about. And I want to be honest, during this time it's so easy to give up. When you're so overwhelmed with the negative emotions, with the doubt, like, oh my god, this is harder than I thought, I'm gonna stop it here, and you just go on tangents and you want to vent and you don't want to do anything. This is the time where you have to learn how to regulate your emotions, how to validate them while at the same time showing up. And it's not an easy skill, but somebody else have done it, which means you are capable of it. You just have to be willing to train yourself. And honestly, it's so exciting to me when I'm able to regulate myself in a day where I'm just hit with negative emotion one after another, and I still show up to the things that I was required to do. It feels like you have a superpower. It's so exciting. You feel like I have this superpower. And this is something else that I wanted to share. God rewards you when you push through, even when the days are not perfect. I literally had one of those days yesterday. And it was crazy to me because the entire day I was being hit with one negative thing after the other. I took an hour for myself and I said, I need to sit down and regulate myself. And I journaled and I did what I needed to do. Got dressed up and showed up for all the things that I wanted to show up for, which is the things that I wanted to do that day. And that was not easy. And at the same time, I was grateful and I felt a sense of power because previously, when I have days like this, it would cause me to shut down and just self-soothe myself to deal with what I went through. But yesterday, it was like, okay, I know you're too familiar. We're not going there. And did exactly what I'm sharing with you here. So I want you to know that I'm also human and I go through these things. And I'm not sharing these things with you from theory. This is real life experience. And I hope you can apply in your life and benefit from it, because that's my intention for you. God will reward you when you go through these difficult times and you still regulate yourself and you still show up. He will reward you. At the end of yesterday, I got something I've been wanting to get for weeks but didn't get a chance to do it. And it really made my night. I was so happy that I forgot what I went through in the day. Number 4 is to educate yourself. Whatever it is that you're trying to do will require you to educate yourself. Whether it's a business, about fitness, about relationship, about a skill set, like learning YouTube videos. That was not easy for me because I consider myself somebody who's not a tech savvy. But when I was learning, it was difficult. But through grit and showing up every day, even the days that I don't show up, pushing myself, I went from somebody who creates video every once in a while to now challenging myself to create a video every single day until the end of the year. And you can hold me accountable to that. And even saying that kind of shaky, but you know what? I talk about accountability. And I will hold myself accountable to the best of my ability. Because it's unfair to tell you to do something that I'm not doing. It's called a hypocrite. And I want to be anything but that. So to go back to my point, educate yourself. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. Use some of your 24 hours to educate yourself, to learn about the things that you want. that will help you in your transformation. 5 is recognizing your own efforts, recognizing your own accomplishments. Honestly, we don't do enough of this. I recognize that within myself. Like, I would accomplish so much and none of it will register in my brain. It's like, okay, no, it's once it's done, it's not in my brain, it's gone. I'm on to the next thing. And honestly, I don't want that, because I don't just want results in my life. I want to see who have I been before this goal, who have I become after this goal. And I want something, data that can show me, that can mirror back to me the journey of becoming. That's why I've created a journal for myself that I write down specifically after each day what I've accomplished, each week, each month, and so on. It's really important that we have data, especially when you are in the valley of despair, at the bottom of that change curve, where you're just filled with negative emotions and you just feel like anything that you are doing is not working, is not contributing to anything. But that is not true. Day 1 and day 10, you're not the same person. Day 1 and day 30, you're not the same person. But if you are not recording that data, you will never know. And maybe one day I will create this journal and release it to the public, because it has been so helpful to me to witness. Like, each week I can look at it and be like, oh, it just makes me so happy, because you're journaling the journey of your becoming, and it's a beautiful thing to witness. Number 6, and the last thing, is kill procrastination. Like, we're done. I don't want to hear about procrastination in 2026, because what do you mean procrastinating? What are you procrastinating on? Your life is literally time. Each day that passes you, part of you is gone. So why are we procrastinating? I get it. It's normalized to say, oh, I'm just procrastinating on this, I'm procrastinating on that. I have done that too in my life. But right now, that word is unacceptable in my vocabulary, because we're not procrastinating on anything. I'm going to do as much as I can today, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And even if I wake up tomorrow and I'm alive, I don't want to have to-do list from yesterday. I want to do what I wanted to do that day. Still, moving forward, no more procrastination in your vocabulary. Don't allow it to enter your mind. Your life equals your time. Not just in the years, but in the months, in the weeks, and even in the day, all as the hour. That is your life. None of it is guaranteed. So let's stop this procrastination thing. And when I say that, some people will misunderstand as if I'm saying don't have fun, don't enjoy life, don't relax. That is not what I'm saying. If you want to intentionally relax, go ahead and do that. If you want to intentionally have fun, go ahead. I'm all about intentionality, but I don't like this normalization of things that are not normal, and for us to just take it on and not question it. No more of that. I told you the importance of your time. Your time equals your life. So no more procrastinating on the things that you want to achieve that will help you reach your potential. And it's not about having fun or relaxation. If you want to do that intentionally, please go ahead. And in fact, I am trying to do that myself. So I will not stop anybody from having fun or relaxing, but be intentional about it. And don't continuously push away the things that will get you closer to your goals, dreams, and potential. I hope my words are landing in your heart, and that you will stop procrastinating and wasting your life away. And the last thing that I want to talk about is procrastination from a different perspective. Some people will procrastinate on things because they believe they're too young or too old, because of their race, because of their language, because whatever limitation that they decide to put on themselves, or they allow others to put on them. And I want you to know that nobody determines your life, right? Other than you. The entire world can come against you. And if you're meant to get something, if you're meant to become someone, if you're meant to achieve something, you will do it. You determine your life. God has written your destiny already, but nobody can witness and see your destiny. We can't see that with our lives. The only way is to walk through the fire, do what you want to do, push yourself, and at the end of your life, you can look back and be proud of what you have created, who you have become, and the journey that you have been on. Stop using contributing factors such as other people's opportunities, or he speaks better than me, or she came from this family, I don't have this, I don't have that. Stop none of that. These are contributing factors, and none of them will determine your life. You determine your life. There are so many people in history that came from nothing, but they created their life one brick at a time, and so can you. So don't use these contributing factors to kill time and to procrastinate. No more procrastination in our vocabulary. And anytime you find yourself procrastinating, come back to this video, watch it, and keep it moving. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.